All right, we've got another package from Out of Darts. This is stuff for the KunLun that we're going to be doing. And I'll show you a couple things. On the KunLun, we did a couple of little upgrades. We added the ball grip for the bolt, which is awesome. In my opinion, this is a much better grip for the bolt action. Really, really love that. And we also added a 1.8 millimeter spring, as well as the stainless steel catch and plunger to go with it. So this should help us with the extra spring load that we're going to be doing, because we're going to do a 2 millimeter spring on this eventually. But for now, we're going to be testing with the 1.8 spring, and we're going to be doing some more upgrades on this in this video that we're going to be testing out. So let's get this open so you can see what's in the box for our testing that we're going to be doing. Big shout out to Out of Darts. They've got everything you need to do exactly what you see in these videos, and they're my go-to when it comes to this type of testing. All right, so here we've got good packing. Darts, first of all, because you can't do any testing without darts. So here we have Saber darts. We are not messing around. Highest quality right here is the Saber stuff. I use the Saber heavy 1.3s and the Saber 1 gram. So here's your heavies and here's your standard 1 gram. These are 1.3s. So for higher FPS, this will get you more range and stay a little bit better on target. We're gonna test that today. So we got darts, plenty of darts to test with. Here's what I'm really excited for right here. Oh boy. Check this out. So we have a BCAR similar to this on our KunLun already that we've been testing with, but it's a 5 bearing 3-row. This is a 6 bearing 3-row, so a little bit further. And it's the same amount of twist. This is an 8-degree twist for this, but having the extra length should help out with stability a little bit. It effectively increases the barrel length, if you will. So we're going to be testing with this one versus the standard 5 bearing 3-row. Same make and everything, just a 5-row. I mean a 5 bearing instead of, now we're going to be doing it with the 6. So very cool. Nice, high quality product. If you have one of these blasters, the theory behind it is these are going to be better for higher FPS. And to really drive it home and test it all the way to the top, we've got the Saber. This is the best one that money can buy right here. This is a 5-row 6 bearing. So instead of just having 3 rows of bearings, we got 5 rows, more bearings, less, or I should say it's more displacement of load. So this should be a little bit better. We have to assemble this though, so we're going to be doing that in this video. But let's go ahead and start putting this together. We're going to be testing against those to see if there's an increase in accuracy between all this stuff. And the last thing in the box that we're going to be mounting up on our KunLun is this really slick CNC bipod. Look at that. This is from Worker. This is really nice. I like the ratcheting. That's really good. Nice, tight. That's good. So we'll plop that on. We have a standard real steel unit on there right now. So we'll go ahead and replace it with this CNC one and see how that feels. This is nice though. The quality feels really good. Heavy and precise. There's no slop. It feels really good. So let's go ahead and pop that sucker on. I do like this. It's a really, really nice design. The feet are metal, so just be mindful of that. That's one thing. Maybe I'll put a couple pieces of rubber on this just to give it a little bit of grip on slipperier surfaces. So, but other than that, I do like the design. You can put these legs forward, aft. You can bring the front of the blaster down real low, and it's just a nice design overall, and it's CNC, so it looks really tactical. All right, so here it is. It's all finished up. This is the Saber BCAR. As you can see, 5 rows of 6 bearings. This is a 30 bearing BCAR. Pretty stout. The other thing too I'll mention about this one versus the other ones is there's less, I don't know if you can see it in here, but there's less twist. So this is an 8-degree twist, and this is 5 degrees. So the faster that the dart is coming out, the less degrees of twist you want. You want less angle because it's going to spin more because of the extra speed that it's coming out at. So this 5 degree is going to be more suited for over 250 FPS, which we are shooting. This is going to be like under, we'll call it like a 200 FPS or a little bit above that maximum. So that's really what I want to test the difference of. You can also see overall length is a little bit longer. So overall, I do like this design better. The only thing I'm not too sure about is this attachment style. I'm not too sure I like that. But then again, this one is okay, but every barrel's a little bit different. So you do have to keep these aligned perfectly, you do have to shim your barrel if necessary to keep this from rocking, even when it's tightened. I noticed on that, it would get, I don't know, deflection of 2 or 3 degrees with it without shimming it. So you have to put a little bit of tape or something to get them to fit nice and snug so that they don't want to move around. Because if this moves around, obviously your point of impact is going to be all over the place. Accuracy is key. So let's go ahead. We're going to test these 3 against each other. The 5 bearing 3 row, the 6 bearing 3 row Flag and Armor, and then the 6 bearing 5 row from Saber. You can get all of these on Out of Darts website right here. So let's go ahead, mount this up, and see what it's like. First things first, we'll check the chrono to see if this is affecting our speed. All right, so rated at 300 FPS average. .287 average, so not terribly much slower than the 1 grams. See how close we are. Going for the middle can, first shot. Off to the left. A little bit left and a little bit high. I'll hold a little to the right. We got a little bit of wind. Ooh, just a tad high, but we were pretty dead on. So the wind is just manageable here. I'm going to aim a little bit lower. That was a little further to the left. Okay. Holding. That one was closer to target. Okay, so the first 5, we did not hit a can. So let's load up 5 of the heavies now and see if we can get on a can with this wind. So the first 5 with the lighter darts was a no-go. We were in the area, but no joy on a actual hit. So let's load up the heavies. Try again. See if we can get a little closer now. Still got that wind. Okay, again, a little left. So let's try and hold it a little bit to the right with this wind. Oh, that was so close. All right, holding right again. Man, that was close. They're grouping a little bit closer. Definitely grouping a little bit closer. But we're still a little out there with that wind. Nope. Okay, so the first BCAR, the 5 bearing, 3 row, gets us close, but no joy, it's not that accurate. Not accurate enough, at least in my opinion, to be nailing cans at this distance reliably. So let's go switch BCARs and see if we can get a little bit closer. Okay, looks like FPS is still right around 300. No real change there. Okay, a little bit difference. Let's see here. 296, so we're talking like 3 FPS difference. So no real change in FPS there. Let's load up the heavies and see what they do. .283. So yeah, it looks like about 3 or 4 FPS slower with this 6 bearing. So it's a little bit longer than the 5 bearing, which kind of makes sense. A little tiny bit more friction, but not enough for me to make really much of a judgment on that. All right, let's go to the range. Oh man, we touched the can on the first shot. Good sign. Let's try again. Yep, that's good. Little wind now, little wind. So you can see the wind brought it to left a little bit. So we'll have to hold left. Oh, that was close. There we go. Look at that. So 2 cans with the standard weight. That's pretty good. Let's try and get that last can with some heavies here. We'll see how they are. The wind just picked up, so that's going to be a good telltale. We'll see how she does. A little extra wind. These heavies should perform a little bit better in the wind. 5 loaded. See if we can get that last can. Oh, just left. Again, just left. This wind is just holding. So hold a little to the left. Still, wind is, we're hitting them right in the same spot though. There we go. I saw it hit the can. Last shot. Yeah, I was right there. Accuracy is way better. Right about the same, still around 300. Okay, so average 300 on the dot. That is actually about the highest one so far. Short this one dart. One more dart. 283 average with the heavies. Really good. All right, to the range. Oh, that was close. Close again. Man. All right, one can. It is, the wind is hard to deal with, but we are hitting the cans. So let's try a set of heavies now and see if we can get any better. Let's see if the wind defeats this. Let's see, maybe we can beat the wind. That would be cool. If we can get the rest of those cans, I'd be pretty happy. Man, that's close. There we go. Do we have one more in here? Oh my God, that was so close. That was dead on for that last can. We got a few more shots. Let's take care of it. All right, let's see if we can get that last can, guys. We got wind, we got wind. Holding. Oh, I should have hold. We're out of shots, guys. Oh, we got it on the last shot. How about that? Dead on. I'd say the results speak for themselves. As you can see, the first set of shots on the 5 bearing 3 row was not accurate enough. But using the 6 bearing, I would say between the two, I don't see a huge difference, but then again, we got a lot of wind. Anyway, let's go in and debrief. All right. So there's our test. So as far as I'm concerned, these two are actually not bad. So they're your 5 bearing, obviously lower FPS. As soon as we get into the higher FPS, we're over 250, way over 250. We're over 300 FPS on standard 1 gram darts. These standard darts that the tournament darts are actually a little heavier from my weighing. I was seeing 1.1 grams. So either way, 300 FPS on a 1.1 and 285 FPS on a 1.3, which is a fair bit heavier. Wind resistance goes to the 1.3. And accuracy-wise, though, they both are pretty similar if there's no wind. Today we had quite a bit of wind, and we saw a significant difference. The jump between the 5 bearing and the 6 bearing was huge. Accuracy was way better. The groups got real tight, and we were able to hit cans with this. And then when we hit the Saber, it got a little bit better. The difference wasn't as drastic between these two. Or I should say the difference wasn't as drastic between these two 6 bearing, but it was different, and it was a little more accurate. And I feel that this is actually going to get more accurate as we increase in speed, because we're not done. We're not done yet. We're going to put a 2 millimeter spring in this versus the 1.8. We're going to try and get another 20 or so FPS out of it and see if we can get over 300 on a 1.3. That's my goal. If we hit 300 FPS average with the 1.3 gram T-darts from Saber, I'll be totally happy. I'm happy now, but I'll be even happier. So there you go. Hopefully this was educational for you guys. If you're looking at getting these, the price points are kind of significant. I'm not going to lie. You go from $50, $60 to $60, $70, all the way up to $100 plus, $120, $110. So be prepared. Anyway, go to outofdarts.com, check it out. Pricing obviously is going to be a little different here and there depending on supply and demand. But go check out Out of Darts. Get yourself one of these. Tell them I sent you. And let's see what we can come up with next, because we are going to send this baby to the moon. We are going to do some crazy stuff. I love this. I love the look of this. I'm pretty excited about how this looks, feels, and fits and performs. So huge shout out to Out of Darts for sending me some fantastic stuff to play around with. And as long as you buy from Out of Darts, trust me, you're never gonna be out of darts. See you guys in the next one.